rounds you just have to field strip, and you really can go 2,000 rounds with 500 round field stripping before you actually have to tear down.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
So you can go out there and you can shoot 2 boxes of ammunition and shoot 1,000 rounds and just take it apart and field strip it twice, and it worked great.
Can you show us how to field strip it?
Absolutely.
Where you would clean it in that process?
Well, when you want to take this apart, you don't want to take this apart by hand.
Okay.
You need to use a tool.
Okay.
We give you a tool with our kit. If you don't use a tool, a lot of times what happens is these guide bars get twisted, and then this won't ride correctly.
Yeah, you don't want a twisted guide bar.
No.
Okay, before Chance starts taking this bolt apart, we're both going to put on a very good pair of safety glasses, and that way we'll protect our eyes and we can get started.
So what we do is we stand it straight up and down and push the bolt down.
Okay.
Take our tool and we slide our tool straight in the slot and we turn it 90 degrees.
Okay.
So now you'd like to rotate the chamber out. So you're still holding on to the bolt, because if you let go of the bolt, that spring is going to let it go. Yeah. So you don't want to let go of it.
Well, when you took this casing out, was there a particular way you have to turn it?
No, not really. You can rotate it backwards or forwards. I usually rotate it backwards.
Why don't you put it in there so I can see how you're doing that? That's pretty easy.
Very easy.
Now,
rotate your tool back to 90 degrees and take your tool out.
Okay.
Slide your bolt off. Bolt
Maintaining control of it.
Maintain control, because if you let go, it will go
Put a hole in the
flying.
ceiling.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Now, what spring is this?
This is the guide rod spring.
Okay.
This is the one that was in this tube.
Does it matter which end goes in the tube?
No, if you look at both ends have a taper on each end.
Okay.
So that it won't matter which way you put them in.
Okay.
When you want to field strip it and when you want to field clean it, what you want to clean is you want to clean this bolt face here.
Okay.
And you want to clean the extractor.
Okay.
And if you just take a brush, a strong bristle brush with your bore cleaner, and you rub your brush on there and you get all your black powder out of there, it'll get up underneath there. The bristles will get right up underneath there and clean that up.
Okay, so there's no need to take that extractor out?
No, not at your 500 rounds.
Okay.
The other place you want to clean is you want to make sure that you clean your ramp.
Okay.
And you clean your chamber.
All right.
When you get ready to clean the 22 long rifle chamber, you want to take the brush provided to you with our kit. You want to spray a little bit of your cleaner on there. You're going to want to run your brush chamber to muzzle half a dozen times till you get all the powder residue out of your chamber. Now go ahead and take your patch and put it through your loop that's provided in the end of the brush. Then you're going to want to run your patch through the same direction you ran your brush. When you get your patch out the other end, you're going to want to pull your patch off and pull it back through. You don't want to run a dirty patch through a clean bore. If you want to store your weapon, you're going to want to put an oil patch on it and run an oil patch through it before you store it. Also, when you're cleaning the kit, make sure that you clean the outside of the chamber piece. Now I'd like to show you how I want the chamber cleaned before you shoot your 3 rounds of 5.56 through it.
Okay, you've got a barrel here that's out of a firearm. Do I have to take that barrel out when I use your kit?
No, I brought an extra barrel with me so that we could take it out and have a nice visual look at it. It gets pretty dark inside that chamber.
That's correct.
So what you need to make sure you get clean is you want to make sure you get the lugs clean and the chamber for the 5.56 clean. The best way I found to do it is to get a brush. They make a brush for AR-15 M16s that has both the chamber and the lug sizes on them. So you want to stick her right in there give it a couple of twists, pull it off, and wipe her down with a rag or a patch, and it should be nice and clean.
Easy enough.
Once those three places are clean, you'll want to wipe down your rails. You'll see they'll be covered in after powder.
Okay.
So you want to clean those off. After you clean it, just take a light rag with light oil on it. Just run it down. That's all you want to do is just run them straight down here. Just one light coat of oil. Then you want to put it back together. You'd be ready to go shoot again.
That's it. That's pretty simple too.
Larry, when you go to put this back together, you can see right here on the guide rod, there's this little shoulder right here.
Sure.
That little shoulder sits inside of this little hole right there.
This one right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what you want to do, you see that?
I see how that goes together. Wouldn't it be easier to put together if you had the spring on the rod already?
Absolutely. I was just kind of showing you how it went together
Okay.
so that when we go to put it together, you know where all the pieces are going.
Okay.
Okay?
There you go.
Okay, you want to stand her straight up and down, slide the spring on. Great. Now you want to take your spring, line it up with the guide. Slides right in. Then you'll see the slots right up with
Right here.
with the
And
guide
right
rods. Yes, sir.
Just slides down it.
Yes, sir. Hold on to your bolt and pull down.
And do not let go.
Do not let go. Now with this held down, you want to be able to put your chamber piece back
With the
in.
bolt held down.
With the bolt held down. So you take your tool, put your tool back in and turn it at 90 degrees
And
again.
do not let go of your bolt.
No, do not let go of the bolt because it'll go flying and it hurts. I've been smacked in the face a couple of times.
You don't want to do that.
Now you can see how the bolt is.
This is the
That's the extractor slot.
slot.
Okay?
And that has to be positioned in a certain specific manner.
Yes,
That
sir.
you're going to show us right
We're
now.
going to show you right now. You can see how the bolt is. How the bolt is, this is the upside of the bolt. This is
Okay.
the high side. This is how it goes into the rifle.
Right.
So when you're looking at the extractor slot is right here.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be above this surface.
Meaning above this.
Right there. You're absolutely right because this slot here meets up with the extractor slot.
Okay, very good.
And we'll
Let's
turn it
rotate
around here so they
rotate
can see
around.
the notch.
Here's the notch for the extractor, which is here.
And then all you do is push it to rotate it in.
And it's back.
It's back. You turn 90 degrees.
Do not let that bolt fly.
Absolutely. You always want to hold on the bolt. You never want to let go of it. Let it set up there easy. You're all back together.
Easy.
Easy.
Okay, Chance, now that you've showed us how to field strip this bolt and clean it and lubricate it and put it back together, can you go one step further and show us how to completely disassemble it?
Absolutely, Larry. I could show you that.
Okay, great.
So we start out just like you do when you field strip.
Okay.
You want to push down on the bolt, holding on retention all the time to the bolt.
Right.
Take your tool, slide your tool in, 90 degrees. So now you'd like to rotate the chamber out. Take your tool out and gently release the bolt. Those are your pieces disassembled.
Field strip.
That's your basically field strip. So the next
Okay.
step we're going to do is we're going to show you how to take the firing pin and the extractor out.
Okay.
Those are the only two things other than the field stripping that you need to make sure you clean. One thing we use is you use these two. We like to use bench blocks.
Sure.
It gives your pins a place to go because you don't want to take the pins out. There's no reason to take them all the way out.
Could you show which pins you're talking about?
Yes, I can. The only two pins you want to take out here, Larry, are the extractor pin and the firing retainer pin.
Now, do you take them out all the way?
No. We made sure we left enough meat on here that so you could tap them out and leave them in there. That way you don't have them falling off the bench, rolling on the floor and trying to find them. But if you do lose them, they're a 3/32 standard roll pin.
Okay.
This roll pin up front here, this stays in all the time. There's no reason to take this out. This actually holds the spring in from coming out the front end.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to take the extractor out. Now when you're going to tap these out, Larry, you just need a real light tap.
Okay.
You don't want to drive them all the way out. We left enough meat that you could keep them in there so we didn't lose them.
Okay.
You just give it a couple of taps.
I can see it coming out on this side, right here.
Yep, and you'll be able to feel it. Oh, I popped it all the way out.
Well, that's okay.
That's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's your extractor.
Let me see it down here a little bit. Okay, that's the hole we just pounded
That's the hole
roll
we
pin
just came out of. That's right. There also is a spring in there. As you can see, it's right here.
Okay.
Let's get this baby out.
And where does that spring go?
There
on
is-
this on the extractor, or is it just butted up
It
against
actually sits